by the time we're done. Let's have Jen. Can you read the first bullet, please?
To understand the how, to explain our thoughts in a clear and organized manner.
Good. And next bullet, please.
To be able to identify the correct verb and preposition used when giving directions.
All right. So when we give out directions, what verbs do we use? Grace. Next.
Apply, discuss, concept and skills in various individual and group activities.
In fairness, you're starting to improve. All right. So let's talk about when we explain a process. When we talk about explain a process, we talk about why something happened, how something happens, or how something is done. So this is how we organize our thoughts, and it has to be step by
Step.
step. That's right. So we will follow certain steps like this is the first part, this is the second part, what are we going to do? Alright? So I'm going to go around, you can't correct the person, and we're going to talk about a process. Remember, when you're going to describe a process, you're going to talk about or talk to a person like they don't know anything about it. Alright? So you're a novice. It's like your great grandmother. How do I use Facebook? What is Facebook for? How do I use it? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? You're just here too old to understand that. How do you explain that? So it has to be step by step. So let's try this. How do you cook instant noodles or lucky me pancit canton? What is the first step that I need to do? Give me a number 1 to 10.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blame yourself. Okay. So you blame yourself. What is the first step? Just give me one step. What's the first step the person has to do?
Well, first you must need an instant noodles.
Oh, okay. Aside from that, what's the first step they need to do?
You need to
Boy.
have a pot.
Okay. All right. What's the next step? So I have a pot. What's next?
You need to put water on a pot.
Put a water on a pot. Okay, we'll talk about that. Don't correct anymore. What's the next step?
Read the step by step at the top.
Read.
The step.
No, you're gonna teach me, so I'm not gonna read. I don't have eyes, so you don't have me to read, right? So what's the next step?
Get the scissor to cut.
Okay, so open or
Open the.
okay, so let's take it for granted. What's the next step? After I put water.
Put the noodles in a boiling water.
Okay. I'm gonna write down what you have. Okay, what's the next step?
And then add some seasoning.
Add some seasoning. What's the next step?
Get some
Plates. Hey, what's the next step?
mix.
Mix. Mix. Okay. 7. Next.
Eat.
Remember, you're laughing at yourself. I don't know anything about cooking Lucky Me pancit canton.
It's not.
So I got a pot, right? By the way, we'll talk about articles later, so I won't correct any of you guys yet. I put water in the pot. I put it in water, which is boiling, right? I added the seasoning in the water. I got the plates, and I mixed everything up, which is already there. Are you guys seeing how you organize your thoughts? Okay. And then I ate all of that. Okay. So let's take a look at that. I'm a person who doesn't know how to cook. I don't know anything. What's the first thing that cookbooks tell you to do? Remember, if you say I'm a novice and a person says I'm a novice, I really don't know how to go there. It's like you telling them, how do I get to, let's say, Laguna? Get on a bus. That's it, right? So giving directions and organizing your thoughts is really, really important. I got a pot. First thing a cookbook tells you is what? Ingredients and utensils. So what do you need to prepare? Right? Water. Do I just say water? What if I got 1 bucket of water to boil?
3 cups of water.
2 cups of water.
2 kilo.
Right? So since water's a mass noun, we don't need, we'll talk about that later on. So put water, get water, boil it, but we didn't say boil it. We don't know how many minutes.
2 minutes.
Boil it for 2 minutes. And then put the noodles in to the pot.
No, you need
To
to
the
strain
front.
the.
But I haven't boiled the noodles yet. Don't jump ahead.
Sorry.
So remember, I'm not. So this is why we're doing this, is so that you understand. So if you're gonna give instructions to a customer, to anybody, you cannot assume. Don't be from assumption. Be an assumptionista. All right. So I'm gonna boil it. But for how many minutes? What if I thought I'd boil it for 10 minutes? Cook it for 10 minutes. And I don't know how to cook noodles, so it's not my fault, right? So you have to tell them, cook the noodles for,
2 minutes.
right, 2 to 3 minutes, because it's already boiling, at least 2 minutes, right? And then what do I do?
Set aside the noodles.
Put the noodles.
So I've already done boiling it, so what do I do?
You
Strain what?
the water.
Strain the water or the noodles? Which will you get rid of? The noodles or the water? The noodles! You get rid of the noodles! What am I gonna eat? You strain the water, or you can say, use a strainer to
Remove the water.
remove the water. Are you guys seeing it? You can't strain noodles. I'm not gonna be able to eat anything, right? And then what?
Add the seasoning.
Mix the seasoning, and then it's good to go. So this is really, really important, because if we can't organize our thoughts, and you're gonna give out mixed up directions to a person, or let's say candidate, they're not gonna be able to understand. You can't be from Assumption College, right? Okay, so be very, very careful. Okay, let's try one more. I know that all of you are gonna go through this. It's not part of the slides. Who wants to be a brave soul to give me the instructions? Yes, I love it. Okay, don't laugh. How do you get the stool sample? Remember, describing a process. Describing a process, believe it, you all have been through that, right?
Yes.
So how? Even me, but I'm not. How would you get it?
First, go to the pharmacy store,
Mm-hmm.
ask for the container for a stool,
Yes.
have it prepared,
Mm-hmm.
then on the day that you're gonna what do you call this? Submit or pass the stool
Sample.
to the clinic.
What are you gonna do?
On the day that you're gonna submit the stool sample on the clinic, make sure that once you put your stool inside the container, it should be within 2 hours, because beyond 2 hours, the clinic itself would be able to accept the stool that you submitted.
Okay, and then, so how do I get it? Because I don't know how to get it. I might use my hands. Oh. I'll tell you why later on. So how do I get the stool sample?
It depends on your preference if you wanted to do at your home, or if the clinic is near
Okay.
on a mall, or you wanted to do it the stool
Okay.
sample on the clinic itself, that would do. And then you should have a what do you call this? A scoop,
A stick or
a stick or a scoop in which you can actually scoop a piece.
Why our poop comes in pieces? I'm doing.
It you should have
Constipation. Oh, go.
you should get a stick or a scoop in which you can use to get some
Some poop.
yeah, some poop on your when sorry,
There. This is why we're trying to get you out of your comfort zone. And then.
once you
it out.
already scoop the poop, place it inside a container.
And then
Make sure that the container doesn't have any poop around.
Okay.
And then when it's ready, you can go to the laboratory along with the medical slip
Okay.
and have
And
the
submit it.
authorized personnel to sign it, and there you go.
All right. Give her a round of applause. So, why were we talking about this? I might have gotten hungry along the way. I forgot to wash my hands and I was eating French fries, right? That's really yummy. So these are things that we have to be careful of with. Aside from that, I had one trainee. It's his first time to actually get a stool sample. He wasn't sure how big, so he pooped in an entire picture. And he told me it was even warm while he was carrying it. So, right? So the size matters. Sorry about those who are iffy. The size matters because you need to tell the person how big. Pea size. It's just a small size, right? So he didn't know. Nobody told him. So he gave one whole big jar of poop, right? So that's why, again, when you explain a process, every single detail matters because we cannot assume that the person knows it. So far, so good? Yes. Okay. So next is giving directions. When I ask directions from the guard, we call it the washroom, right? Filipinos only call it CR. What does the guard do? So of course you're going to speak Tagalog. Where's the TR? He goes, Filipinos do that, right? They use their mouth to point. When we have hands, right? So it's really, really important that we give appropriate directions, and that's something you might also do when you're taking calls. You will be using verbs like turn left, turn right, go straight ahead, right? Go past the drugstore. This is at the corner of 5th Street, right? It's next to the hospital. It's opposite. This is what opposite means. The hospital. And it's between, let's say, the school and the bookstore. So these are accurate directions on when you're going to give instructions to somebody on where to get to a place. So far, so good? Okay. So, use landmarks. When you tell a person, you can easily recall landmarks. When you came here, what's the first landmark that you recall?
Robinson's.
Robinson's, right? Robinson's Forum. So there, you can say you'll see a large clock on the right. You'll pass a gas station. It's across from the Blue Church. All right, so give precise instructions on what to do. In addition to that, separate each leg of each route with a transition. Don't just say, okay, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left, right? It's going to be confusing. Turn right, and then after that, on the next corner, it will be next to the hospital. So use transitions like after that, then next, when you get to go left, go right, and finally. Finally is your last step. So far, so good?
Yes.
Yes? Sure? This is your time to shine this time. So, what are examples? What's the first example? Can you read for us, Dale?
Turn left when you see a roundabout.
Good. Yes. And Joe?
Take the third road on the right and you will see the office on the right.
Good. You're becoming conscious. Ed?
The hospital is opposite the railway station.
Good job. And Kim?
The shop is near the hospital.
Good. Good. Hatch?
The house is next to the local cricket ground.
Good. Grace?
The shop is in between the chemist and KFC.
Very nice. Give Grace a round of applause. She actually improved rapidly. Good job. Can you hear the difference of each other? So, like I said, practice makes permanent because it becomes a permanent change. All right. So, these are examples of what we can use when we give out instructions.